The 3 best ways to rig a fluke for creek smallies. Number 1 is my absolute favorite way to fish a fluke in a creek, and that is a weighted worm hook. See, the problem with the Texas rig is it causes the fluke to nosedive. It's a very aggressive presentation. The good thing about having the weight on the hook itself is it causes the fluke fall flat. It doesn't do nosedive action. It actually falls flat, which is a more natural presentation. Number 2 is the split shot rig. A lot of people hate on this rig because it's so simple. The way you set this rig up, put the fluke on a worm hook, and then you put a medium-sized split shot at number 5 or number 7, about 1.5 feet above the hook. And this is the action that it gives it. So when you twitch, the fluke will fall at about a 45-degree angle, and then when the split shot hits the bottom, the fluke will continue to flutter down. And you just do a twitch, and it's this motion, this really subtle motion across the bottom, and it's just beautiful. It works perfectly when you're looking for a subtle presentation to rig a fluke on a worm hook. It's super simple. All you do is you have the bottom of the fluke facing the hook. You put the tip of the hook in the nose of the fluke, and then you push the fluke up until it hits the point where the hook starts to bend. You rotate the hook where the point comes out. Then you push the fluke up to the bend below the hook eye. You turn the hook, and then last step is to put the hook tip through the fluke. And you can either have it exposed on the backside. If I'm not fishing a lot of cover and there's not a lot of weeds, I'll leave the hook tip exposed through the back of the fluke. I get more hookups, better hook sets that way. But if I'm fishing a lot of cover, then at that point I'll make sure that hook point is embedded in to help prevent snags. Number 3 is the most simple setup that you can have. It is a weightless fluke on a worm hook. Rig up the fluke on the worm hook like we just talked about, and you're done. I love to flip it out into flowing current and then let it get sucked into an eddy. Just let it sit there and tumble in that eddy for a couple of seconds. Fish will absolutely destroy it because they're sitting there waiting for something to float down. It mimics an injured minnow that can't get out of that current and get sucked into an eddy. That's what those fish are sitting there for. So if I'm fishing shallower flowing water, I'm going weightless. It is one of the most finesse and subtle presentations that you can have in a creek, and it works wonderful. So there you have it, the top 3 ways to rig a fluke for creek smallmouth fishing. I hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate the view. Thank you.